So when I heard the news about Toys R Us, I was pretty bummed out. I've been going to Toys R Us since, I can't even remember the first time I went to Toys R Us, but it's always been present in my life in some sort of fashion. When I would have my birthdays, that's the first place I would want to go. I remember asking my mom to take me there, in my as early as I can remember. Maybe I was 8 or 9 or something, and I wanted to go to Toys R Us. And my mom, she doesn't drive, so we would have to take the bus. And the closest Toys R Us around us in Chicago is it's on Western. It's actually maybe like 2 bus rides over, but it was a trip. It was a trip for us. But whenever we got there, I remember just being in awe of all the toys that were there, and some of those experiences, those feelings, they just never go away. And going into adulthood, there are times when you need those feelings of awe, that idea that there's not, you don't have any worries out there except that this hunk of plastic is just, everything's gonna be okay. And it just reminds me of like my younger self when things were so much simpler and life was less complicated. But unfortunately, that's the way things are, when good things don't last forever. And I know I'm talking about a store, right? Like it's, to some people this is gonna sound silly that I'm so saddened about the loss of a store that was not able to survive. But for a lot of us, this store was a lot more. This is the idea of a toy store in our society is gone. KB Toy Store, that's gone. Toys R Us, that's gone. Now we're gonna have to go to like the 2 aisles in Target or Walmart, or like the 1 small section in Walgreens. But Toys R Us was so much more than that. When I had my child, when I had my daughter, and my then fiance at the time, we would go to Toys R Us up in Rockford. We would go there so often. We were looking for baby seats and strollers, and it's just so many selections of things. It's just not toys, it's baby stuff too, and baby clothes, and so many memories that are tethered to this store. But it's tough. I remember getting my first Ninja Turtles, and being so happy about the Power Rangers. When I first got that, when the Power Rangers first came out, when I was a kid, those action figures were so difficult to find. But my mom got a Blue Ranger from Toys R Us from downtown Chicago. And this time, back in the early 90s, there was a Toys R Us still in downtown. And unfortunately, that Toys R Us was not able to survive the high cost of being in downtown. But I remember having so many great memories of visiting my mom at work, because she would work a couple blocks away, and I remember getting off of from school, from high school, and then making the trip all the way over there to visit my mom, and then coincidentally visiting that Toys R Us. I didn't know which one I was more excited about to see, either my mom or the Toys R Us, but I'm thinking the Toys R Us. So yeah, I'm gonna miss Toys R Us. We had a good run.